Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Between the Sticks. As you all know by now, I'm Sahib. This right here is Nabil, and we're back here for another week of footy, going through the second last round of the season, Nabil, and getting towards the end of the season and the important part of the season.
It is. It's certainly an interesting time of year, this time of the year, Sahib.
Absolutely.
I've got some good news to kickstart us off. We've hit 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, absolutely.
So we appreciate the love. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for subscribing. All that stuff. We love it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's the key.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate it. And yeah, let's get underway.
Absolutely. Nabil, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was fantastic.
I knew
Saturday
you couldn't
night.
wait to talk about
I was
this
waiting
weekend.
for this. It's been a long time coming.
Absolutely.
I didn't go to the game. Carlton Port
Yes.
Adelaide. Posted up on the couch.
Yep.
Very comfortable.
Yeah.
But how good is footy when your team is up and about and your big forwards kicking 7 goals?
Fortunately, can't relate, to be honest with you. I'm sure you
It
enjoyed the
just
weekend.
Finally feels good. You know, you hear
Yeah.
the song again and like just all of the players dominating. Sam Walsh was back.
Yes. He had a great game.
He had a day out.
Absolutely.
28 touches. And what I liked about Sam Walsh,
Yep.
he did a post game interview,
Yep.
and they sort of spoke to him about what was the attitude like in the past couple of weeks, and he's
Yep.
like, and I quote, so I'm not saying this. He said, "Yeah, we're taking a no bullshit mentality." So I love it. I really like hearing that. And
Yeah,
I
I'll
was
be honest with you. I think they're 20-something weeks
Yeah.
late, but
it's
good.
It
It's
was
good that
it
they're
was
changing
it was
their-
good to hear that sort of commentary coming out of the club.
Yeah.
So very, very happy.
Yeah.
In terms of the game, I mentioned Harry Mackay's the 7 goals, fantastic. Very happy with that. He also
Yeah.
had 14 score involvements, so he
Wow.
was involved. Another young player that continues to impress, Flynn Young, who wears the number 45 on his back.
Absolutely.
Maybe my next jersey, and he signs on a decent contract, I might get that number. But
yep.
if he's as good as he is, he'll probably end up with a lower number. So
which is exactly what
we
you
want, yeah. So he's done well. He sort of plays that wing, half forward.
Yeah.
He just works hard. Works
Yeah,
hard and
yeah.
can't ask much more from our
You
players.
need those kind of players in your team.
Yeah, you do. So
I have a question on Harry Mackay.
talk to me.
Would you be up to trade him right now?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Absolutely not.
Oh, interesting.
Harry's not going
'Cause I was
anyway.
gonna say
anywhere.
he's playing like his form this back half of the season hasn't been too bad, and I was just thinking maybe he's just increasing his trade value.
Oh.
If you guys do want to get rid of him,
No. Harry's not going anywhere. Harry,
enough.
Charlie,
Patrick,
TDK's gone, unfortunately. Cripper.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
Walsh.
Wiedering, not for sale.
Hewitt,
Hewitt, not for
Shearer.
sale. Shearer I don't mind him being traded. Yeah, Shearer. But
fair enough.
yes, if we want to contend next year,
Yeah, you need to keep Harry.
we need to
Mackay.
keep these guys. We need to keep Harry.
I mean, would you be up? So you're saying TDK is leaving for sure now,
TDK's gone.
or I guess as Carlton supporters, you guys have accepted that he's leaving.
We've accepted that.
If Mackay was to leave and you were to get, let's say, a first-round pick or 2 first-round picks for him, would you not want that?
We're not rebuilding.
Along with,
We're not rebuilding.
are you sure?
Yeah, we're not rebuilding. I refuse.
Fair
I cannot
enough.
cannot do another rebuild. Go
I mean,
all
you'll
in
have
next.
to,
No,
but-
go all in next year. Go all in the year after.
Fair enough.
No, we're not doing another rebuild. So that was the Carlton game. I put a question in my notes here.
Yep.
Are we back for next year? Is Carlton back
Let's
for
not
2026?
start this rubbish before the new season has even started. Let's just focus on getting
So,
through the last game of the season.
Just
which is,
want to ponder.
Do you really think you guys stand a chance next year with the way
think
things have been going this year?
Look, there's this conversation can go for a while, but I think the pieces might be in place for 2026.
Interesting.
But we'll leave that aside. We've got season 2025 to focus on.
To finish off.
To
Yep, you're
finish
right,
off.
Absolutely.
Collingwood, Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval. Take us away.
Whew. No one saw what happened on the weekend, or no one thought what happened on the weekend was going to take place.
No.
It's probably the best game that we've played in the last maybe 6 weeks.
It was dominated all over the
Yeah,
ground.
just about. It actually looked like a team showed up to play this week.
They did.
Unlike the last
No,
couple
they
of weeks.
did. They showed up.
It was a very contested game, very sluggish. I think at some point it started raining in Adelaide, so
It did.
it became
yeah,
basically a
wet.
contested wet footy game. I actually, again, for the first time in 6 weeks,
Okay, where are we going?
I actually was happy with the way we played. We were
change the tune.
Because, and this is what I didn't understand. See, we played well before that Gold Coast lost.
Yes.
The week before, I don't remember who we played. We played well, and then we just disappeared off the face of the earth against Gold Coast. A blight, the fact that we kind of made the margin a little smaller. Against Freo, we actually played well. We just couldn't score, or our inside 50 entries were horrible, which I'm about to get to that in a minute as well.
I know, you're a numbers man.
And then we just disappeared off the face of the earth against Brisbane, and even worse against Hawthorn. And then last week, or on the weekend, we just turned up and played like a team that was possessed.
It was good to see that from,
absolutely.
I mean, as a Carlton fan, personally, no, but as a football fan, it was good to see that. But is there concerns that your trend against these top teams have been heading downward?
Well, we've lost 5 of the last 6 games, and all 5 of them have been against top 8 teams or top 8 contenders.
Can we call it Collingwood percentage farmers, or is that stuff?
I mean, our percentage is not even that great, to be completely honest with you. It was about 4 weeks ago where we were sitting comfy at the top of the ladder, but this week it's rubbish. I think if we actually have to win by a fair amount this week to stay in the top 4 because the teams under us are all basically on the same points.
Yeah.
And if they win by, I think it's like anything over like 30 points or something, they'll basically on percentage, they'll go on top of us in the 4.
Yes.
So we actually need to play.
It's a must win.
We actually need to smash Melbourne this week.
It's a must win.
So our percentage can go up a little bit. But on that inside 50 count that I was talking about.
Yeah, tell me.
I think the second biggest record or inside 50 differential in a game, 37 to 71.
Wow.
71 inside 50s.
Almost doubled them.
And we kicked, I think it was 8 goals for the game.
Yeah, almost doubled them.
Only 3 goals after
Bomb it long and high. You've been talking about this for 4 weeks. No one's listening to you, man. No one's listening. 4 or 5 weeks.
I yelled and I
Stop
screamed.
bombing it long. No one's listening.
Guys, please listen. No, clearly no one's listening, apparently. But again, I won't take anything away from Adelaide's defense. 71 inside 50s and only to cop 8 goals from it. I think the guys, Mark Keane.
Worrell, I think.
Yes.
Worrell.
Milera. They actually had a great game. The whole Adelaide defense as a unit. I think they had shades of what we were earlier in the season. A defensive unit being strong, not allowing, basically keeping us under 60 points, which is what we'd been doing for the first 2/3 of the season. And again, inside 50 entries, long and high, and just there was no in that first quarter. We kicked 5 goals. And the way we were entering the 50 was short kicks, hit a target, turn around, short kick, hit a target, going straight through the middle. The moment it got to quarter time,
the game disappeared.
Like the same Collingwood came back onto the field that was against Hawthorn, and they just started grabbing the ball and just bombing it long, grabbing the ball, going down the line. And Adelaide have a lot of tools.
Safe footy.
Adelaide have a lot of tools.
They do.
So even if they don't mark it and turn it over, they'll just kill the ball. They'll just punch it over the line. Like, same shit that's been happening against Freo, against Brisbane, against Hawthorn. Every single week we're dealing with the same shit. But outside of that, we actually played well. I contested the ball, we won. Tackles, we won.
And Darcy Cameron had a day out.
Scott Pendlebury played well.
He did.
Dacos played well. So the team looks like
it's coming back together.
Yeah, I wish I could explain to you what has happened in the 7 days between Hawthorn's game, or 8 days between the Hawthorn game and the Adelaide game, but the Collingwood that we've come to know for the most part of this season,
they showed up.
Showed back up. There's one guy I want to mention. I've been mentioning him all season, and unfortunately, I'm going to say it again. The fact that we rely so much on a 35-year-old is a big problem.
Do you want me to name him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeremy Howe.
We need him back in the lineup ASAP.
Yeah.
I think, as crazy as this is going to sound, I think he might be our most important player at the moment because for some reason, since he's been out of the
Craig
team...
McCrazy did say he's coming back, so...
so I'm hoping they
could
get
be
him.
on the cards.
Whatever you guys do, please don't injure him. Please don't hurt him. Please don't do anything.
So let him come back.
Literally, because this literally looks like the only hope and prayer that we have left is him. One other thing I want to touch on the weekend, I've been saying this as well all season. The goddamn umpires. Oh my goodness. The umpires on the weekend. God. And I wish I can sit here and say, I'm not even trying to say that we lost the game because of the umpires. No. But some of the decisions they were making.
In the Adelaide player, I can't remember his name now.
Isaac Cummings
basically he admitted it on the Sunday Footy show.
just threw the ball to me when I kicked that goal. And literally, that's what happened for most of the night. Adelaide's players were just throwing the balls.
Phil Thorpe, I think.
Yes, the ball that he kicked out of the boundary. That they didn't call a free kick. Mark Keane threw the ball. Ben Keys threw the ball. I didn't even know what sport I was watching, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
Umpires, horrendous. Horrendous. And it wasn't even just that game. There was other games they were horrible at.
There was. But
so, yeah, if there's one improvement we want from the AFL next season, get your umpires shit together.
Look, we all want better decisions, but we'll have to keep
Or some decisions to be made. Not just better ones. They need to make some of them so we can judge if they're good or bad.
You're never going to get an umpire. We're never going to get an umpire on this podcast.
But how much should I be giving them here? Probably not, to be honest.
Anyways, moving on.
Yes,
our top team and flop team of the week, as
also known as Nabil's favourite segment.
Yes, my favourite segment and my top team of the week to start with is a team I gave a lot of
shit to last week.
Yeah, just trying to use the right language, but we'll go with shit to North Melbourne. They won 48 points against Richmond. They were very impressive. They looked good all over the ground.
Yep.
I really only want to touch on one player, Harry Sheezel.
Mr. Sheezies.
Yeah, the Sheezies. He had plenty of Sheezies, but they were good Sheezies. And I say they were good Sheezies because, yes, he had 54 disposals, 15 score involvements and 2 goals too. So
did they give 6 Brownlow votes for games like that?
He's earned it. He's earned it down in Hobart, wonderful part of the world down there. So very, very happy for Harry Sheezel and very happy for North that they got the job done
against Richmond.
Richmond.
Yeah.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
What's wrong with North? Maybe that deserves an episode on its own, but one sentence.
What's wrong
with North? You've got one sentence.
Disorganized, shambolic, inconsistent, lost and confused.
Oh, fair enough. We'll leave it there.
You can put a full stop between each one of those words if you want.
I don't know. That's
I heard, I don't know how true this is, but the other day I was reading some article and I heard, or maybe I was watching some footy show, and I heard that Alex, oh my God, what's the coach's name? Alistair Clarkson.
Yes.
I forgot his first name.
Yeah.
He might be getting sacked at the end of the season.
No.
I don't think so either.
But
and I don't remember what that source was that I got this information from.
Sorry, I'll show you down like that. But,
no, you're right. But I just blanked out. I forgot his name.
There is pressure on him, though. You're right. There is a lot of pressure on him, and the footy shows are coming for him.
When did he take over Hawthorn? 2005? 4? Around that time, right?
Yeah. I think.
And then 2008.
He had 4 years, 2008.
And they won a premiership.
They did.
So, and I don't know how long he's been at North at the moment. I think 3-4 years. He's been there since 22.
Yeah, he did have the issues
time away, with mental health and whatnot.
He's under pressure, and they don't perform next year.
He probably
I will
get
say
sacked.
he'll get sacked.
Yeah, fair enough.
But speaking of the top team of the week, your top team of the week.
My top team of the week is the Brisbane Lions.
The Lions.
They went down to Perth.
Oh,
against Freo.
Yes, you're right.
Against
My
the
bad.
Fords.
Friday night.
Friday night they went down there, and that was as complete a performance as I've seen from a team over the last couple of weeks.
They were very good.
They probably showed how much of a weakness and how much of inconsistencies run through the Freo team.
Yes.
There was no fight. There was no, I guess, any effort from Freo's side.
Yes.
Brisbane, on the other hand, their midfield click, McCluggage, Dunkley, Zach Bailey had a great game.
Yes.
Logan Morris, we've been talking about him all season. He had a great game. That missing of Neil hasn't actually affected them as much, or at least this week didn't affect them as much. They covered him very well.
Freo are a good team, especially over there.
And you know who low-key is, I want to say my favourite player, but one of the players that I kind of enjoy watching, Cam Rayner.
I really had a feeling you were going to say that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, he's so strong. He's so hard to tackle.
Yeah.
He's so aggressive and he's so explosive. Yeah, so the way he gets the ball, he wouldn't even Dacos does the evading stuff where he turns in and out and curves his body and shit. This guy will just run straight through you and he does not care because he knows you won't be able to stick a tackle on him. So, Yeah, Brisbane played well. They need to actually beat Hawthorn this week to stay
They
in the
do.
top four.
They
I
do.
think.
Despite how well they played. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, last week.
This week.
They're going back to the Gabba, and they haven't played that
No.
well at the Gabba this season.
I think it'd be good test for Hawthorn and good test for Brisbane.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, for that reason, Brisbane's going to be my top team of the week and flop teams of the week.
Yes, my flop team of the week is Port Adelaide.
Yes, sir.
They lost to Carlton. I love my football club, but like really, we're down bad now, and they lost it, and we belted them. We belted them by 54 points. But also, I want to talk about their last month.
Yeah.
98 point. Hang on, they got belted by Adelaide.
Yes.
98 points.
Yep.
88 points against Geelong. 54 points to Carlton.
Wow.
And they lost to Freo when they were up with a minute to go.
Yes.
Like Ken Hinkley's last year, and I guess I'm putting on the spot again. I'm going to ask you a question. The footy shows have discussed this.
Yep.
Whether they should have moved Ken Hinkley at the end of last year because of where they are this year, and give Josh Carr, who's the assistant coach in waiting, given him the whole year.
I think we had this conversation a couple of weeks ago, maybe, and we said, would it have been a good idea had they moved Ken Hinkley on? Or we said, if their form keeps getting worse, they should move him on. I always, like, with these last seasons for the coaches conversations always, I'm always like, you need to make your mind up at the beginning of the season and stick with it. If you go, this is his last season, we're going to let him ride it out. Whether we win the premiership or whether we win the wooden spoon, we've made the decision to let it ride out, because I feel like it just brings unease. It brings like a lack of understanding and camaraderie between the players as well in the locker room.
Who do they listen to? Josh Carter listen to Ken Hinkley?
Yeah, or they listen to the outside noise.
Yes.
So it kind of just creates this environment where there's a whole bunch of just inconsistency going around. So I think they should have, once they decided, hey, we're going to keep Ken Hinkley for 2025, don't say a word about that shit until the end of the season comes and he finally says his farewells and his goodbyes and he walks out the door. You made that decision, stick with it. Don't come out halfway through the season and be like, oh, we're thinking about they're not playing well, they're not doing... No. Let the players and
to be fair, Port have done that. It's the
and I agree with the way they've gone about it.
Just saying, move Ken aside. But
and they've stuck with it. They've done it. Great work to Port for that. So
they live with it.
Yeah, I don't blame them for that.
And so, hey, just quickly last shout out to Jack Whitlock, third game, kicked 3 goals.
Oh,
so,
well done. Yeah, absolutely. And he came up against the Koning.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And your
my flop team
of the week announced them.
The Freo Frauds. I said this a couple of weeks ago, and they've actually been playing well for the last, 7 or 8 weeks now?
9 weeks.
I think 9 weeks in a row they haven't lost. And I think I jokingly said they might be on the Carlton 23 run.
Yes.
Heading into finals. But on the weekend, they showed me exactly why I've been calling them frauds all year. They were absolutely rubbish on the weekend.
As soon as they lost, you said, Freo flop team of the week.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I said it, because I watched that game almost from start to finish. And the first quarter and a bit, they had some fight in them.
Yes.
After that, it just looked like they gave up. It just looked like there was no intensity. There was no intent to begin with. And it was exemplified by Josh Tracy somewhere in the third quarter of that game. He took a mark basically in the goal square. There was 3 Brisbane players around him. He decided to play on and got tackled instead of just going back and taking a set shot.
It's like coach killer.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of just lack of, I don't know what you call it, care, just lack of whatever it is. And across the board, it was like that. Their defense was shambolic. They play a very defensive game, and it slows down the game.
Yes.
It just makes them very predictable. You know where they're going. You know how they're going to kick the ball. You know what they're going to do. So, and Brisbane just fed off that. Brisbane did not stop. They did not care. They said, you stand here, you stand out. I don't care. I'm sending this ball. I'm running after it. And they just tore, Brisbane just tore Freo apart.
No, you're spot on.
And Freo put no fight, nothing to go up against Brisbane. So, yeah. And they're playing Bulldogs at Marvel this week, and their season's on the line.
So they could be in trouble.
See you later, frauds.
Oh, they could be in trouble. They could miss the 8 from
I don't see them beating Freo.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I don't see them beating Bulldogs this week as well.
So they lose. They might miss out. They could miss out on the 8.
And very disappointing season that would be.
It would be.
Absolutely. Moving on.
Yes. So some big news out this weekend from the Adelaide and Collingwood game.
Yep.
Izak Rankine has been cited for a homophobic slur against a Collingwood player.
Yep.
At the time of recording, we don't know whether it's going to be
How many weeks
3,
they're gonna
4, or
give him?
5 weeks.
Yep, to be suspended.
All that information is available online, AFL website, all the rest. What I want to talk about, what we want to talk about is what are the ramifications? Say he gets 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, which seems to be the going rate at the moment.
Yep, for incidents like this.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
What does it mean for the Adelaide Crows?
I think it's as bad as losing your first finals game almost. I'd put it like they've lost their second best player maybe, or their biggest big game player. If he does get suspended for, 3 weeks, he'll miss. He won't come back until the grand final, basically, if they make a grand final.
If they make a grand final.
If not, season's done. If he gets suspended for 4 weeks, then forget about it. He's done for the whole year. Unless Adelaide lose their first week and they play a semi-final. So there's too many ifs and maybes and buts to come with the ramifications of this. So Izak Rankine missing any games after this for Adelaide is trouble. Yeah, is trouble in general. But I think him missing the whole of the finals,
they're in big trouble.
In big trouble.
He's a big game player for them. Probably, in my opinion, their second most important player after Dawson.
Yep.
Big game, like I mentioned, big game player. Just it would kill them.
Yeah,
it would absolutely destroy the Adelaide Crows.
Even the morale in the playing group, it would cause problems with. So we won't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
But in a couple of days we'll find.
Yeah, we'll keep everyone
bring down
updated.
the sanction on him.
So
in more positive news for St Kilda fans,
yes,
Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera has signed a 2-year deal at St Kilda.
Yes,
for
How
a
much?
record. I think this is the first player to get paid $2 million a year.
Yes.
So 2-year deal for $2 million a year. I think they got Brad Hill's daughter or something to announce.
Yes, it was lovely. It was lovely.
The other day. So
I know one Saints fan who watches this. That will be a very, very happy Saints fan.
Very, very happy about this news. But yeah, Nasiah finally re-signed. I think the news of him signing or not re-signing has been more of a headline this year than anything St Kilda have done.
And then the whole St Kilda Football Club.
The whole year. So he finally re-signed, which is great for St Kilda.
It's absolutely great. He's turned in the last 6 weeks, he's gone from being a very, very good player to an absolute star of the competition.
I mean, he single-handedly won the game for them against Melbourne.
Did the same against Essendon.
There you go.
Just a dominant. He's become a lot of people compare him to they did it day out. So compared to Andrew McLeod as well.
Quick question for you, just out of the blue. What are his Brownlow chances?
Ooh! Look, I think he'll poll well late in the season.
Yeah.
And I'll say he's going to be a top 5 in the Brownlow.
Okay, well, we'll leave this up to you guys.
Top 5 in the Brownlow.
To discuss and to debate over. But speaking of salary caps.
Yes.
Salaries, contracts,
money,
big deals, money and all that kind of stuff. Wanted to have a bit of a conversation this week about the salary cap in the AFL. The positives, the negatives of having it, what it brings to the game, what it doesn't bring to the game, what it takes away from the game. But on that note, what are your thoughts on the salary cap in the AFL?
I'm all for the salary cap.
We're going to have a bit of fun
Team
today.
salary cap. All for it. I think it's great in terms of equalisation.
Yeah.
I think it's good for smaller, struggling clubs.
Yep.
A salary cap allows a team like St Kilda to pay Nasiah $2 million.
Yep. And offer 1.7 to TDK.
Yes. So, look, all for it. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So, look, in summary, pro salary cap.
Fan of that. I think we should scrap it.
Really?
Okay. I'm also saying this coming from supporting a team that's very big and has a lot of resources and all that kind of stuff. But
you're also a big United fan in the EPL. And
and there's a lot of salary cap money problems there. So I actually think the salary cap, I'd say in this day and age now, because of all the resources that exist, because of all the help the AFL gives clubs, because of all the support and all the other, I guess, complements that the teams can work with, I think the salary cap is not even necessary.
What happens to it when you're a struggling team like I don't even think St Kilda is an example in this case. A
West
team
Coast.
like not West Coast, no, like like a GWS or a Gold Coast.
Well, the AFL will give you 9 out of the first 10 picks of that draft.
But, so you're gonna have no salary cap if you can't bring in revenue.
I mean, yes, but also the salary cap, right? I'm saying it's more for overspending rather than underspending. So all these teams now have the money and have the revenue with the salary cap in existence, right? I'm saying if you remove the salary cap, it will just put a situation where the teams that have the money can pay players $10 million a year.
Yeah, you know what? Because with Collingwood and Carlton and Essendon are probably going to keep doing.
Yeah.
So they're going to offer $5 million a year to keep DeConey because they can. They're going to offer another $5 million to...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Nick Dacos to come over or whatever it might be.
It's just going to become, or it's just going to fall down to each individual team or organization and how much revenue they can make. That kind of plays a part in...
It's going to destroy the hopes. And I've been thinking about hope a lot in football.
I do a lot of it. Carlton.
On long drives especially, I think about what hope means in football. Believe it or not, that's how I spend my days. And you're going to kill the one thing football fans go to the football for.
Which is?
Hope. You go because you believe at the start of the season, no matter which team you support, you genuinely believe you're a chance of winning the flag. That changes very quickly during the course of the season. But if you think, oh, okay, the best I can finish is top 10, it's just going to change your perspective on footy.
Yeah, but I also don't. The salary cap conversation actually doesn't affect the fans and all that as much as
because it's equal. How can smaller clubs compete with bigger clubs on salary?
I mean, how are they doing it now?
Well,
competing on salary, yes, I agree. When it comes to competing on salary, because if Carlton can offer TDK $5 million, but St Kilda can only offer him $2 million, of course he's going to stay. I get that, and it depends on how much
other
you
factors.
Yeah, but look at I'll use Jeremy Cameron as an example right now. Yeah, when he was moving from GWS, he had 2 offers on the table, one from Geelong, one from Collingwood. They're both big teams, both have all the resources, all the money, everything that you can potentially put in front of Jeremy Cameron to bring him to your club. The difference for him was, I don't want to live in the city, I want to live in the country. Yeah. That was literally different. So things like that will play a factor, into players and where they go. So a player might be offered $5 million at Carlton, but not want to be there because he has to live in Melbourne in the middle of the city.
That's a good argument.
Whereas
that is a good
if Geelong
argument.
are saying, hey, we'll pay you 1.5, but come down to Geelong, you can buy a farm, land.
Money talks at the end of the day.
I agree.
Money talks.
But in saying that, I think Dale Thomas a couple of weeks ago was talking about him turning down a 6-year, $6 million offer from GWS in 2011.
He did, yes.
$6 million is a lot in 2011. And he turned that
down. You've done well with this argument. Oh, man, you've done well.
He turned that down to stay at Collingwood on a lot less money, only for him to have basically get kicked out of the club 2 years later. So
you came with receipts.
Listen, if I'm going to bring up a conversation, then I'm going to argue about it.
Yeah.
Right now, the salary cap, the cap is at 17.6 million, and I think it's going to go up.
It will go up
for next year and the year after that as well. And I just, I think it comes down to list management at the end of the day when there's a salary cap.
The competition is already unequal. Big clubs already have all these advantages over smaller clubs on many layers, whether it's the soft cap, which we haven't discussed, whether it's memberships, whether it's playing in front of big crowds. You take away the salary cap, you're taking away a massive equalisation measure.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that is concerning. But I think we might leave it there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, let us know in the comments. Give us your thoughts. Tell us if
should the salary cap be scrapped?
Yeah.
Team Sahib versus Team Nabil. Absolutely.
We'll leave that one there.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, Nabil.
Yes.
Moving on this week. So the All-Australian Awards and the General Footy Season Awards are 1 week away for us now. So we've decided this week that we'll have a bit of a play around with the All-Australian team generated on the AFL website.
We will, yeah.
Absolutely. So we'll build our very own All-Australian team now.
Yes.
We'll put it together. We'll chuck it on the socials for everybody to have a look at later. Let's get on the way.
Yeah, to start with,
Absolutely.
Fullbacks. There's a name I see here that springs to mind straight away.
Yep.
Josh Worrell, first on the list.
Ooh, yes.
Adelaide Crows had a good season. Crows are top of the ladder.
Absolutely. I think he deserves to be in that team.
Fullback. You're fullback. Who's the general?
Harris Andrews.
Harris
Is
Andrews.
the only name I can't go past in that team.
Can't disagree with you. Wiedering and Moore have had ordinary seasons.
Yes, sir.
And Sam Collins maybe just misses out. Maybe.
Yeah, I actually rate Sam Collins.
Yeah, I do.
But I think his injuries and missing a couple of games might hold him out of that team.
So there's one more spot there. A couple of names there, Cal Wilkie and Bailey Dale.
I think we can't go past Callum Wilkie.
Vice captain of the St Kilda Football Club.
And he's had a great season,
He
completes that full back line.
We go into the half back line.
Yes. There's a couple of names that you were telling me cannot miss this team.
Absolutely. To start with, Max Holmes.
Absolutely.
Lock it in.
That team. Yep.
And the other one is Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera.
$2 million man.
Yes.
Absolutely. He definitely needs to be in that team. And this one's a bit of an interesting one now. We have a couple of names that we can pick from.
Yes.
We have Sam Collins, who we just mentioned.
Yes.
We have Daly Bale. We have Zach Butters. We have Lockie
Rose,
Ash.
yeah.
And Connor Rozee.
Yes.
So, out of those names, who would you say has probably been the most consistent?
This is tough.
Regularly,
this is tough. I think Bailey Dale for the Dogs has had a good season.
Yeah.
Lockie Ash, I know you're a big fan of him.
Yep.
Ex-Collingwood, by the way.
Lockie Ash?
Lockie Ash?
No,
or there's another Ash?
James Ash?
James Ash, my bad.
Nah, not Lockie Ash.
So Lockie Ash, though, had a good season. Where's your head at? Or where are you thinking?
Well, Ibble Wobble Black Bubble. Lockie Ash or Bailey Dale?
I'm going to go Bailey Dale.
Yeah, we can lock Bailey
the
Dale
Bulldogs.
In. Absolutely.
Just.
Yeah.
Then we move into centre. And our mids, there is one man you mentioned that can't be taken off this list. Or has to go, is a lock-in.
There's two.
There's
one
two.
That you have locked in and one that I have locked in.
Yes.
So maybe we'll start with yours on the wing.
So my player will be Bailey Smith.
Yep.
Bailey Smith.
Yep.
Just out my phone and decided to start
pinging
away.
Absolutely, that's
and
fine.
then the other one, which is your mate. Or before we get to your mate, centre. In the All-Australian team.
Jordan Dawson.
Yes.
From the Adelaide Football Club. The captain of this All-Australian team.
The captain, you're calling it.
I'm calling it.
Yes.
I'm calling him
You know what? I agree. I actually agree. He's been a very good player for them.
Today,
no, he's been a very good player.
Yeah.
And the
Jordan
other player,
Dawson,
also your mate, and also a mate of our brother Wads.
Well, it's him and a couple of others. So we have him, Noah Anderson. So him being Hugh McCluggage that we're talking about. There's Noah Anderson. There's Matt Rowell.
Some good names.
Caleb Sarong and Andrew Brayshaw. But I think out of all of them, Hugh McCluggage has probably been the most consistent and the strongest performer the whole year.
Yeah, he's more of a wingman as well, more of an outsider. He's improved his kicking.
Note to the All-Australian selectors.
Yeah,
pick players in their
position.
So Hugh McCluggage will be the one completing that midfield.
Noah Anderson, he's got to get a spot in this team.
He will.
He definitely will. Spot.
I think we both agree that he deserves to be on this team.
So we're going Hugh McCluggage for the record, and then we go into the half forward line. And there's some interesting names here.
I think the first player that comes to mind is the Hawks veteran key forward or the Hawks veteran spearhead, Jack Gunston.
Yes, Jack Gunston. Kicked 60 goals this season.
Career high for goals in a season for him this year. At age 33 as well.
Yeah, career was almost done a couple of seasons ago.
When he left Brisbane, he came back to Hawthorn. So yeah, I agree. He definitely deserves to be in that team. A couple of weeks ago, I think everybody was like, he had a good season, but they weren't touting it as highly.
No.
But after the couple of performances he's put in,
7 against Melbourne, I think, off the top of my head.
7 or 8 against North.
Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago.
Big days out.
Yep.
Half forward line, big bearded, huge man.
The caveman.
The caveman is the word for it.
Yes, Riley Thilthorpe.
No arguments there.
Yeah, absolutely none.
And then the last spot.
We had a bit of a discussion about which one of these forwards would fit into the last spot. So it's a half forward flank position. Now, we said we want to keep picking players in the positions that they're supposed to be picked in.
We did.
So I'm going to eliminate all the midfielders
from
this spot. So the forwards we have left is Ben King, who's second in the Coleman.
Yes.
Logan Morris, who's been very
he's
impressive
had a couple of good games. I don't think he's had a great season.
Absolutely. There's Jesse Hogan and Marbio Chol, which I don't really think. And then the three that kind of spring to attention after that is Sam Darcy, Aaron Norton, and Mitch Georgiades. Which one of those boys?
So Darcy missed 2 months with sort of his knee.
Okay,
so that rules him out.
We're playing a process of elimination game.
We'll do that.
Enough.
And then
Norton and Georgiades.
I think Norton gets the nod. His last month, 6 weeks of football has just been fantastic.
He's kicked almost five goals a game for the last 6 weeks. So, yep.
So that's done. And we move into our full forward line, the forward pocket.
I think there's only, from what I can see here, there's only 2 players that actually play that forward pocket role.
Yep.
And that's Jack Higgins and Jamie Elliott. And Jamie Elliott cracked 50 goals for the first time this season. So
led the Coleman medal for the first half of the season almost.
And he was, up until maybe a month ago, he was in the top 3 of the Coleman. So very impressive season by Jamie. So I'll put him in the forward pocket.
Full forward. I don't think there's going to be any arguments here.
Stevie Wonder's blind ass can pick who that
Jeremy
full forward
Cameron.
would be.
And the last spot. I know you mentioned Jack Higgins, but there's another player here.
I think Georgiades was the one we picked out of him and Norton.
Yeah.
So it's either him or Ben King. And I think Georgiades' impact on the team has been a lot better than Ben King's. I think Ben King has played an amazing season and has had, I think he's second or third in the Coleman as well.
Yeah.
But I think Georgiades' impact on the team is a lot better.
I agree. I think he's taken his game to the next level. So we go with Georgiades.
Absolutely.
Relatively tall forward line.
Yeah.
Our ruckman. I don't think there's any arguments here for our ruckman.
Nick no, I'm joking. Max Gawn, absolutely.
And then our 2 followers. I know who you're picking for one of them, and I'm not even going to argue.
Well, one of them is Nick Dacos.
Yeah, no arguments there. And the last spot is...
This is where it gets interesting because we still have the Bont on the bench. We'll still have Noah Anderson.
Yeah, we do.
We'll still have Matt Rowell, Finn Callahan.
So many good players. Caleb Sarong.
Yes, Izak Heaney even. But I think the Bont deserves I personally think the Bont deserves his flowers and a spot in that team because of how great.
You know what? I agree.
He missed the first, I think, 4 or 5 weeks of the season, but he has absolutely killed it since then, and it has been probably a very much underrated season. I'll be very shocked if they don't pick him for the All-Australian team, whether it's on the field or on the bench.
He deserves to play in this All-Australian team or deserves to get a spot.
Absolutely. So that completes our on-field team.
And then we move on to our interchange bench. Do they get a second ruckman? Is there room for a second ruckman in the All-Australian team?
I want to say yes, but I also feel like the ruckman that we have as options to pick for the second place have kind of had like 2/3 or 3/4 good seasons. Whether it's they started off kind of slow and then got into it, or they started off on fire and kind of burnt out towards the back half of the season. But let's just make it interesting, you and I, and let's just pick a second ruckman.
I think we could deserve. I think that this year there's going to be a second ruckman.
Okay.
I think that genuinely think, and
is this the first time since Grundy and Gawn were in the same team that there's going to be a second ruckman?
Maybe.
Okay.
And I say this because Darcy Cameron, and let's be honest, it's going to come down to Darcy Cameron or Brodie Grundy.
Yep.
I don't think Luke Jackson's going to make the cut.
Yep.
Both of them have had good enough seasons to warrant a spot in the All-Australian team.
Let's be honest, if what's his name, Max Gawn wasn't around, these two
would be. They'd walk in.
Which one of those two are you picking?
I'm picking Darcy Cameron.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay,
I think Collingwood's big start of the season.
Yep.
Probably meant he was worthy of that spot.
Absolutely.
There's 3 spots left. There's one player I demand to be selected in the All-Australian team. That's Noah Anderson, the Gold Coast Suns.
I don't agree with you. And since you're making
Brownlow
demands...
Smoky. We're making demands, yes.
I'm making another demand.
Tell me.
I think Ed Richards deserves to be in that team as well.
Absolutely. One of my favourite players, Ed Richards.
So, Noah Anderson, I think if there was space on the field, he probably deserves to be on the field, Noah Anderson. But yeah, him and Ed Richards are probably 2 standouts from the rest of the names. Mind you, we're picking from a group of players that haven't been officially named as a 40-man squad.
Yes.
So... This is what I believe the AFL website just thinks are the guys that could potentially make the All-Australian team.
I'm pretty confident in our list, though, in our selections.
And then the last spot that we have left.
Caleb Sarong, he comes to mind. Finn Callahan also comes to mind.
Are we just focusing on the midfield?
No. There's just Cherry had a good season, and he was in that All-Australian discussions as well.
Yep.
Butters was probably leading the Brownlow before Port had that batch of poor games.
Yep.
My view at this stage is Caleb Sarong. That gets a nod. I don't know who you're thinking.
I don't actually disagree with that. I think he's probably had his strongest season yet. He's played very well. He's probably been one of the big reasons why Fremantle have been able to improve and play as well as they've played for big parts of this season. I also see Matt Rowell on there.
He's going to be so unlucky to miss out.
Yeah, I see Finn Callahan, who's actually had a great season. Even like Ben King, who is second in the column right now. But I think if we're going to put it purely on form, consistency, and impact, Sarong kind of takes the chocolates on that. So,
and we're done. So what we'll do is I'll just read it back to you. You tell me what your thoughts are.
Yep.
So full back line, we've got Josh Worrell,
Yep.
Harris Andrews, and Callum Wilkie. Half back line, we've got Max Holmes, Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera, and Bailey Dale.
Yep.
Into the centre, we got Bailey Smith, Jordan Dawson as our captain, and Hugh McCluggage as our on the wing.
Yep.
Half forward line is Jack Gunston, Riley Philthorpe, Aaron Norton, and then our forward line is Jamie Elliott, Jeremy Cameron, and Mitch Georgiades.
Yep.
Into our followers, we've got Max Gawn, Nick Dacos, and
the Bonts.
Yep. And our bench is Darcy Cameron, Noah Anderson, and Ed Richards, and Caleb Sarong. So that does it.
Midfield stacked bench there. But yeah, I think all those players kind of deserve to be in there. And we will definitely post this up on our socials.
Yes.
Leave your comments, see what you guys think. Let us know who we left out. Let us know who we should have included. Even if you guys want to do your own version of the All-Australian team and send them through or tag us in them, we'll be more than happy for that. And I'll ask you this question. Who do you think is the All-Australian captain?
Yeah, Jordan Dawson.
And the vice-captain?
From
this team?
Max Gawn, or maybe the
Bont?
Yeah, maybe the Bont. Maybe the Bont. Maybe the Bont.
Enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bulldogs have had a slightly better season than Melbourne.
Yeah,
So,
I'll
that
give it
front.
Absolutely.
Before we move on,
yep.
Just quickly, how many the team comes out next week?
Yep.
How many do you think we got right?
I would say 18 of the 23 or 22 or whatever number it is. I think we've pretty much gotten right. I think maybe the forward line might not have as much key forwards. They probably put one midfielder in there.
Yeah, they will
to fit all the guys that we put on the bench. They might not pick a second ruckman.
Yeah, that's up for debate as well.
And yeah, they might put one of the players that we put on the bench on the field or something like that. So I think for the most part we've almost kind of nailed it. And then I guess we'll see next week. We'll play compare the pair.
I'm gonna say 15. I think
15.
I think there's always surprises and ones we don't expect. So
yeah, probably. I mean, whenever they release the 40-man squad, we'll kind of figure it out. So, yeah, let us know what you guys think, and we'll keep it moving from here. Nabil's least favorite segment now.
My ex-favorite segment.
Yes, that's what I called it last week. Time for the very last time we're going to tip home and away games for season 2025.
Wow,
Nabil.
what a journey.
It's been fun. We've enjoyed it. And we've made some horrible calls when it comes to tips. On the weekend, we both said Gold Coast were going to win, and they got plastered.
Just quickly, speaking of tipping, I've got a big announcement to make.
Which is
huge announcement. Next year, assuming we're still here and we're doing all this and we're running this podcast,
absolutely,
we're doing this tipping and whatnot, we will have our very own tipping competition.
Absolutely. The BTS, the Between the Sticks.
Tipping competition. Everyone is welcome to join.
Absolutely.
Further details out soon. Can we go with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so next season. I know we're far away from that, but anyways.
That's all right. First game of round 24 in our final round of the season is your boys, Carlton versus the old mob, the rubbish mob, Essendon.
At the MCG. Yes. very interesting in terms of where these guys, two teams are at.
Yep.
Funny, I used that last time as well. The same sentence.
Yep.
But in slightly different circumstances now, Essendon have been muddled by injury. Zach Merritt might be back after breaking his hand.
For his 250th game,
for 250, actually. So big news there. But I think Carlton will get the job done and win comfortably. Win by 3 or 4 goals.
I agree. I think Carlton should get over the line very comfortably against, very depleted.
They're limping towards the end of the season. Limping.
Literally. It's not even cramping at this point.
They're limping.
Almost lost body parts from how bad it's been for them this year with injuries. So, Carlton over the line. Friday night.
Yes, your mob. Yes. Collingwood and Melbourne at the MCG. Game. Take us away.
Yeah, I think we should get over the line. We need to get over the line. And not just by a little as well. We need to actually give Melbourne a proper spanking to get our percentage up, because we're obviously fighting all those teams under us for a top 4 spot, which is most likely going to be that 4th spot if Brisbane don't win on Sunday. So I say Collingwood, and hopefully by over 40 points for our sake.
Yes. I agree with you that 100%. The Pies to win comfortably. Melbourne's season's done. They're in trouble. So
absolutely.
Another Friday night game. We've been talking about this weird fixture for fixturing.
I think they did this intentionally because the Gold Coast are playing a second game this round.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
their excuse.
Yeah, so
that's
I mean, not that the fixturing has been that great, but fair enough.
We'll pay that.
Second Friday night game, Port versus Gold Coast in Adelaide.
I've been thinking about this game the last couple of days, actually.
Yep.
I think Port will get the job done. They turn up for a very emotional Ken Hinkley, and they play on emotion.
Game, Travis Boak's last game. Yeah, I agree.
And these Hinkley teams play on emotion. They've played on emotion their whole career for him. So
they showed up against Freo a couple of weeks ago. They disappeared last week.
They showed up against, I think, Hawthorn after the whole...
the Jack Ginnivan stuff.
The return game.
Absolutely, and then the return game,
So,
Also, Port winning is actually doing us a favour against Gold Coast. So, for the second week in a row, actually, there's a few teams I'm going to be asking nicely to win this week. But I think Port should get over the line as well comfortably.
We're on the same page.
Absolutely.
Saturday afternoon with North Melbourne and the Adelaide Crows at Marvel Stadium.
Can I just say something about Saturday's games? It's a whole bunch of dead rubbers from start to finish. Yeah. Literally every single one of them. They just scheduled a dead rubber from the 1 p.m. on Saturday till 10 p.m. The first one of them is North and Adelaide. And Adelaide, unless North turn into prime Adelaide themselves, I don't think they're going to get over the line. So Adelaide for me.
Yeah, Adelaide will get the job done. I hope they might rest a couple of players. I would like them to see them rest a couple of players.
They should.
Absolutely.
And they're playing that game at Marvel. Yeah, they should be fine.
They'll get the job done.
The second one of those dead rubbers, I can't believe the last round of the season is 1st versus 16th and 2nd versus 17th. Geelong versus Richmond.
Yeah. Again, at the MCG, very straightforward on this one. Geelong are priming themselves. They're my tip for the grand final. So they'll get the job done comfortably. They'll win by 10 goals.
Absolutely.
Jeremy Cameron will kick 10.
I'm joking. It's not going to happen. I can ask whoever I want. It's not going to happen. Yeah. But Geelong should get over the line comfortably against Richmond. And the last of those dead rubbers on Saturday is the West Coast Eagles versus the Sydney Swans.
An old rivalry.
At Optus Stadium.
Yeah, look, West Coast turn up at Optus, but I think the Swans have been playing somewhat decent footy this year, and I think they'll finish the last game of the season.
I low-key feel like Sydney would be a threat if they were in the VFL, in the finals right now.
They will be.
But you're right. I think they should go over to the West and take care of business.
They will.
Against a very much depleted West Coast Eagles team. Sunday.
Yeah, first Sunday game. We've got the Giants and St Kilda, NG Stadium.
Yep.
This is an interesting game. The Saints, they've done well the last 4 weeks. They've shown a bit of fight the back half of the season.
Yep.
But I think the Giants at home, the big win against the Gold Coast Suns last week, will get the job done. So the Giants for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Giants should get over the line comfortably against St Kilda. I don't see in what world St Kilda will beat them. And they actually need to do win the Giants if they want to stay in the top 8. And potentially even potentially secure a top 4 spot. So The Giants, and then the two blockbuster games, which I will never understand why they put them both on a Sunday night. The first one of them is the Doggies versus Freo game. This almost feels like a finals playing spot.
It does. It really does.
7th versus 8th.
It really does.
And I think Doggies' percentage is 10 times better than Freo's,
Yep.
but
Percentage
they're a game
farmers
behind.
versus be the Freo frauds.
Yeah, I can't believe we've made nicknames for these teams. But yeah, I think the Doggies at Marvel Stadium will go over the line and end the fraud season. Yeah, I just don't see Freo coming over to Melbourne and beating them.
I agree with you. I think the Doggies at Marvel will get the job done.
Yeah.
Against Freo.
Yep.
Doggies, they play well at Marvel.
Yep, they do.
And they've been playing relatively well the last few weeks.
They have one of their superstars that's coming back from injury this week. Adam Treloar.
Oh,
he's been out for 6 or 7 weeks.
Yes.
They've said that they're going to bring him back. I'll have a question for you.
Yes.
Quick fire. If they should bring him back, A, if they should play him as a sub B, or if they should play him in the starting 22C.
Play him in the starting 22. If he's fit, he's good to go. You play him in the 22.
Fantastic.
So
the last game of this weekend, because I think there's a game next week about Wednesday, a make-up game from early in the season. But the last game is the blockbuster up in Queensland. Brisbane versus Hawthorn, and it's at a very interesting time for a Sunday at 7:20 p.m. Who do we think is getting over the line?
Look, some Hawthorn fans have come at me and said I owe them an apology.
You'll have to apologise.
I'll reserve that for next week if they make finals.
So you're going to apologise if they win?
I will. If they win and they play finals, I'll apologise.
You've got your apology if Hawthorn win.
But until then, I think the Lions will get the job done at the Gabba. So the Lions for me.
I'm very torn on this one, because I think I'm about to say what you're thinking, which is Brisbane's record at home has been horrible.
Yes.
Well, pretty bad this year, actually. And I think we said it a couple of weeks ago when they lost to Sydney.
Yes.
At home, and then they went over to Perth and beat Freo.
Yeah, they did.
So
they did.
They travel very well.
It's just an interesting team, the Lions.
And that particular aspect of their team is interesting. The fact that they're struggling to win games at home, but they're belting teams or doing well away. So I really want to say Brisbane. Loki, it helps us, to be honest, because if Hawthorn lose, they're not going to threaten our top 4 spot. So I'll say Brisbane, only on the bias that I want them to win. So it doesn't matter if they stay on top of us. They're already on top of us.
Yes.
I think Brisbane will get over the line, but I will not ride Hawthorn off.
Me neither.
From actually beating them at the Gabba. Hawthorn played very well last week against Melbourne.
And they beat Collingwood.
And they plastered Collingwood the week before that.
They're in form. They're in form,
And I think that 4 tall attack that they have right now in Gunston, Chol, Lewis, and Cal Shadia is working wonders. And literally across the board, they've just been playing well. So I actually don't think we can completely ride them off. It might be the game of the season.
Oh, it could be, yeah. Look, I've tipped Brisbane, but I've tipped Brisbane like 51-49. It's like, yeah. And speaking of Cassidy, he's one of my favourite players at the moment.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So, yeah, we've agreed that Brisbane will get over the line. And the unofficially last game of the season, which is Wednesday next week, is the Gold Coast versus Essendon game at People's First Stadium. And I think it's the game. Oh, Gold Coast are currently 9th. Interesting. If they lose to Port, it's going to get worse for them.
It will get worse.
Gold Coast should win that game comfortably.
Yeah, the Suns will get the job done, especially at home.
Yeah.
But geez, imagine Essendon beat them and knock them out of the finals.
Well, if they lose to Port this week, they won't have a choice anyway. So they need to actually win against Port, even though we both tip Port. And that Essendon game will be redundant. And I'll almost say a bit of a waste of a season for how well they've kind of
the Gold Coast.
And
they should be playing finals this year. They really should.
So if they don't, it just goes to show how
it's a tough season.
Yep, absolutely.
And that wraps us up.
Before I'll let you go,
whoa, okay.
I'm doing a bit of your work, your job. I've got a little something for you. So
what
last week, we put up a quiz, or you put up a quiz.
Yes.
You introduced the quiz.
Yes.
And it was a Who Am I quiz.
Yes.
And we got a couple of answers in the socials and in the comments and whatnot about who people thought it was. So
go on.
Oh, okay. And I think we kind of gave the people a bit of an easy one last week, a bit of a very specific one. So we have another Who Am I quiz this week. Well, I'll run down the clues as to who this player is. And you told me it took a lot of work for you to figure out who.
I didn't know. It took me a lot of work. In the end, I had to Google it, full disclosure.
Yeah, there you go.
So you did well.
Yeah, so I'll start. This person or this player was a number one. No, sorry, not number one. A top 3 pick.
Yes.
He debuted against West Coast back at Subiaco Oval when West Coast's home ground was called Subiaco Oval for the youngins that don't know what Subiaco Oval is. He played over 250 games.
Yes.
He played for 2 clubs, one in Melbourne and one interstate. But one of those interstate teams was one of the expansion teams. So guess which one of the Freo? Guess which one of the Gold Coast or GWS this player played for? And an interesting fact as well, he played for the Dream Team in the 2008 Hall of Fame game where it was Victoria versus the Dream Team. And he represented the Dream Team. For all of those that don't know or don't remember, there was an exhibition match played in the middle of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 2008.
2008 to celebrate 150
stars
years.
Played in that game.
Absolutely.
Judd Ablett, Buddy, Fev, Jonathan Brown. There's some stars.
A star-studded team. So it's not the 2020 bushfire appeal game that we're talking about. This is going back like
a great game.
13 years or something now. The 2008 Hall of Fame game. He represented the Dream Team. So those are all the clues, guys, in the comments, on the socials, wherever you guys like. Have a go. See if you guys can figure out who this player is. And then we'll reveal this player next week if no one gets it.
And just before we wrap up, last week's answer, Jack Watts.
Yes.
So one of our friends, Brother Words.
Yes,
got it.
He got it right. Absolutely. And that wraps us up for this week. Thank you for tuning in, guys. As always, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. We've hit 100. We're trying to make it double, so keep at it. And with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.